A new report claims that American fears of Muslims is driven by a small but well-funded network of Muslim haters. And who's behind this new report? Bill Clinton's former chief of staff, who still has ties to the Obama administration. That's Mr. Podesta. Joining me now is Steve Emerson of the Investigative Project on Terrorism, one of the groups blasted by the new report. Steve, what's going on here? Break it down for us, sir.
Well, first of all, I sort of feel somewhat complimented because they're attributing to me and four other people the ability to control the minds of 300 million Americans for 15 years. Look, the reality is, and bottom line is, the cause of any suspicion toward Muslims is because 65 to 70% of all international terrorist attacks are carried out by radical Muslims. So there's a fear based on that. If these people were concerned about the security of this country, genuinely concerned about moderate Islam, they would not quote terrorist organizations. They quote a front group for Hamas. They would not claim that I'm behind this hysteria, but they would look at the rampant anti-Americanism, anti-extremism, anti-Christianity that promotes in the airwaves in the Muslim world and even in the United States.
Right.
Among YouTube.
See, let's go back to this report. This report was released by the Center for American Progress. Is that right?
Yes, and that's a $38 million a year organization that looks like the Democratic Party in exile.
Who are they funded by?
Well, they don't release the names of their funders, interestingly enough. But we know at least George Soros, Peter Lewis, and the Sandlers from San Francisco.
All right. Now tell us about what, I'm going to call it the Soros-supported Center for American Progress. Who do they blame for Islamophobia now?
They blame me, Daniel Pipes, David Horowitz. In other words, there are 5 people that are considered responsible. Now, what's interesting here is that when it comes to looking at Islamic terrorist attacks, what they deny and what they claim is racist is the assertion that Islamic terrorism is motivated by Islamic extremist clerics, mosques.
So where do they think it comes from? What is the solution?
They think that This reminds me of the protocols of the Elders of Zion, or, it reminds me of somebody who would attack the Southern Poverty Law Center because they attacked the Ku Klux Klan, right? I'm the messenger.
No, but my point is, what is causing 19 radical Islamists to get into to hijack airplanes and fly them into buildings in New York and D.C.? Where's that coming from?
I can assure you I had nothing to do with it. That's number one. Number two, they believe that the only reason there exists suspicion against Islam, popular suspicion, and it's not a majority, it's a minority, is because of people like me who are orchestrating it, like, the Wizard of Oz.
All right.
The bottom line is it comes from so many rampant sources. If you go on YouTube, on the Internet, most of the Islamic organizations in the United States, they're run by the Muslim Brotherhood, or they were created by the Muslim Brotherhood, a group that believes in imposing Islam and the Sharia around the world. We're coming out with a documentary.
We're going to need to leave it there, sir. But I find it hard to believe that a group of 4 or 5 people are who are responsible for the what is perceived Islamophobia. I think it has a lot more to do with 3,000 people dying at the World Trade Center 10 years ago. Steve, we're going to have to leave it there. We're going to say thank you. Let's